So while I'm cooking in the kitchen, my baby is sitting on the kitchen bench. She's right there, right in front, right beside the chopping board. She's been sitting on the kitchen bench since she can sit by herself, basically, so since she's 6 or 7 months old, and she's 21 months old now. And yeah, so she likes to help me rip the leaves of lettuce. She likes to dip her finger in the dressing of the salads I make and taste it. She eats some raw veggies that I'm chopping. She helps me to put the nuts in the food processor, etc, etc. She's part of the cooking process, and I love that she can see where her food comes from. So we always do that. She has spent hours on the kitchen bench now since she's 7 months old. And no, she never fell off, never ever. I totally trust her and she's happy there sitting. Lately, what she wants to do is chopping herself. So I let her using my big knife and I give her a mushroom or a zucchini that is not too hard, and she goes there with 2 hands and chop it. I make sure, of course, her fingers are out of the way, etc. I explain to her how to do it. And yeah, we're having lots of fun like that. So once dinner is ready, she likes to grab herself the spoons. So I put everything at her level. So we have 2 shelves under the kitchen bench that have no doors, and all the plates and cutlery are there, so she can just take her own spoon, and she usually take my spoon as well and bring them to the table and reach the top of the table to put the spoons on. And lately she wants to carry her own plate as well, so I give her own plate and she walks all the way to the table and put it on the table as well. I'm not going to talk about what she eats now. I will make another video about that, and I will invite qualified dietitian to talk about foods for moms and babes, so I'm not going to talk about that today. When she was between like 15, say 18 months old, she insisted that her favorite doll would have dinner with us. So her doll would sit on the table, and I had to feed the doll, give her a little spoon, and then feed my baby. Or she would do it herself, feed the doll without touching her, but feed the doll and then feed herself. At some point she wanted to invite all her fluffy toys, so I had to put some limits to 1 or 2 dolls so I could have some food as well. Another thing we like to do while we're having dinner is singing. We like singing. So she has some stickers that are stuck on her high chair and on the table, and when she was very little she could point at a sticker and sign for singing. So she would ask me to sing the song of the lady beetle, or the song of the fish, or the song of the bird. And so while we're eating, we're singing. I always make sure that I am eating too and that I'm respecting my own needs, right? So if I not feel like singing at that point and instead just chewing and enjoying my food, I will tell her, okay, I will do just 1 more song and then I'll stop and eat, okay? And we can chat. We can have conversations. When my partner is here for mealtime as well, he likes to sing "Bananas in pajamas are coming down the stairs," and she loves it. I get to understand that it's pretty much impossible to have a conversation with my partner while we're all eating together, and I think it would be disrespectful in a way to ignore her and just try to talk with my partner. So instead we are talking all together, we are giving her the attention she needs, and we include her in our conversation. And then my partner and I talk about our own things later once she's in bed or when we have time. So basically that's it. When we're having dinner, we're having conversations. Where we're not singing, we're having conversations. So you might think, what kind of conversation can you have with a 12 to 20 months old baby? They don't quite talk. So this is the kind of conversation I have. So I would look at her eyes and I would say, shall we tell Daddy what we've done today? And she'd be like, so I love going through her day with her. I think it helps her to reprocess all the things that she's been going through the day and to put words on her experience. I would say, for example, today we went to the beach, right? And she would say tap 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 tap, which is a way of saying tap tap on the water. So she's saying, yeah, we went to the beach. So yeah, we went to the beach and we've done sand castles, and we put a leaf on top of the sand castle, and we've seen a big pelican as well, right? And we've seen a boat as well, right? And then she would suddenly sign like that for rain. And I'm like, yeah, it's right, Daddy, suddenly it started raining. And so whatever, right? We just chat like that, going through our day. And if I'm just with her, I would just have that conversation with her. I would tell her, for example, do you remember today when the landlord came and climbed on the roof? He was taking off the leaves of the gutter so all the water can run in the gutter and go in the water tank, right? And what is the water tank for? It's for us to have a bath, or to do the washing, or to do the dishes. And she would ask me to repeat the same story 2, 3, 4, 10 times. And I can see that her brain is processing and taking in information and making sense of what happened today. Because as grown-ups, we take things for granted, and we tend to forget that for our babies, everything is new. Everything is new. She's never seen someone climbing on a roof, for example. So reprocessing and me telling her that story again and again and again is really helping her making sense to her own experience. And I think it tends to reduce overwhelm for her and stress, and yeah, and it's a great way of connecting with her as well. So a story that she really likes lately, and it's been months actually that she likes this story, is the story of Udo's oil, which is a great oil for her brain, and we love it. She loves it as well. So that bottle is always on the table, and I'm telling her the story of Mr. Udo that I've just made up. So I tell her, Mr. Udo wanted to make the best oil ever. So he went into his kitchen and he grabbed a big bowl, and in this bowl he put a bit of rice oil, gluk, 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 a bit of coconut oil, gluk, 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 a bit of sesame oil, gluk, 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 and I go through pretty much all the ingredients. And then he mixes all the ingredients, and then he will put heaps of little bottles like that on a table without the lid on, and he will pour the mix of oil in the little bottles. It does gluk 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 gluk, and then he will put the lid on each bottle. He closes the lid, he closes the lid, he closes the lid, he closes the lid, and then he will put the bottle in a box which has his label on it as well. And then he will send all the boxes into shops, and the shops put them in the fridge, and we can go and buy the bottle there. And she loves this story. It's a short story, and I might have said it about 100 times now, and she knows it by heart. Now that she's talking a little bit, she would say, when I go through the ingredients, she would say rice or cocoa or coconut oil, and then she said close, close, close. And yeah, I think that's a great story to tell. It's like, it's an entrepreneurial story. It's how you make your own business, and yeah, it just makes sense of where does this oil in this bottle comes from, right? So that's another kind of conversation I have with her, and that she really enjoys. Last night we spent literally 45 minutes having dinner, her and I, and I explained to her that tomorrow the electrician was coming, so he would cut the cable of the old lamp and change the lampshade. And yeah, I've just explained to her what is going to happen, so that will make more sense for her when the electrician comes this afternoon. And what I've been doing as well since she's very, very little, like 11, 12 months old, I'm explaining to her where is the food that she puts in her mouth going to, right? So we'll tell her this is some potato. You put the potato in your mouth and the potato goes down the throat, and I touch her body, goes down the throat and into your belly, and in your belly it's digested. And then it will go into your intestine, go down and down and down, and poo-poo. So you might feel it's gross and maybe while we're having dinner, but I don't want to pass that message to her that poo and pees are gross. I think they're just part of the human body, and it makes sense for her that, you know, when she's having a poo, she knows where it comes from and what is the body doing with it. So I can't go into further explanation now that she's a bit older, and so I tell her all the vitamins are taken to the body, into the brain and the muscles, and the poo is what the body doesn't need. And the same with water. When you drink water, it goes down your throat and down your body, and this is your pee-pee, right? And even when she has a pee later, I will tell her, oh, this is all the coconut water you drank earlier, right? That was a lot of coconut water. Now your body taken all the goodness out of it and you're having a pee. So that's it. That's the kind of thing we're talking about. I just wanted to share that with you. I'm curious to know what you're talking about when you're having dinner. So yeah, just to summarize, I think that meal times are a great time to connect with our kids. We can look at their eyes and talk and really connect with them. We love, you know, laughing, and I love considering her as a whole person, right? And I think that this respectful relationship I have with her will increase her self-love and acceptance and her self-esteem as well. So yeah, I think that after a meal like that, like half an hour of really dealing with her at a deep level, fills up her cup for love. And so when she's finished eating, she can't just go and play by herself while I finish eating or do the dishes. And this is very practical for me too. So we're all winning at that. So that's it for today. Just have fun, talk with your child no matter how young he is or she is. And bon appétit!